A slow push-in on a single candle flame, trembling, uneven, casting long, flickering shadows across an empty room. The sound of distant thunder, muffled but insistent. Then silence, so deep it hums. You feel it before you name it.
That tightening in your chest when their name appears on your phone? That breathless rush when they finally reply? 3 hours late? 2 words? No punctuation. You tell yourself it's love because it hurts so much to imagine life without them.
But what if the ache isn't devotion? What if it's muscle memory? What if your nervous system isn't whispering, "This is home," but shouting, "This is familiar danger"? You didn't choose this person for who they are.
You chose them because they echo someone who once held your worth in their hands and dropped it. Not once, not twice, but often enough that your brain learned. Attention is scarce, love is conditional, and safety lives just beyond the next apology. That's not romance. That's rehearsal.
The trauma bond is not love disguised as pain. It is pain disguised as love.
When your partner disappears for days, then floods you with affection, gifts, promises, your body doesn't pause to consult a psychology textbook. It reacts. Your amygdala lights up like a fire alarm. Cortisol surges. Dopamine drops, then spikes violently when they return. This isn't chemistry. It's neurochemical mimicry. Your brain mistaking crisis for closeness, threat for tenderness. This is why love bombing feels like revelation. Why the first time they hold you after a fight, your shoulders drop like a sigh you've been holding since childhood.
Your limbic system doesn't distinguish between a lover's embrace and a parent's inconsistent comfort. To the oldest parts of your brain, the ones that formed before language, before logic, relief is love. Repetition is safety. Familiar chaos is home. You don't fall for who they are. You fall for how they make your nervous system stop screaming. And that, you see, is where the 60-second test begins. Not with a question, but with a pause. A deliberate, breath-held stillness. We do not heal the wound by covering it. We heal it by examining its shape, its edges, its history. And then, gently, refusing to let it choose our partners for us. Set a timer. Just 60 seconds. No phone, no scrolling, no rehearsing what you'll say next. Just sit and notice what arises in the quiet. Not the longing, not the fantasy, not the story you tell yourself about how things could be. What rises instead? A hollow ache behind your ribs. A low-grade dread that they'll vanish again? A sudden tightness in your throat. Not from grief, but from anticipation of loss. That's not love speaking. That's your attachment system sounding the alarm. Not because you're unsafe now, but because you were once. And your body hasn't received the memo that the emergency is over. This test fails, not because you lack feeling, but because your feelings are hostages, held not by passion, but by pattern.
Held not by choice, but by neural pathways carved deep in childhood. When love came with conditions, withdrawal was punishment, and consistency felt like betrayal of the family's unspoken rules. You're not broken. You're brilliantly adapted.
An adaptation, when mistaken for destiny, becomes prison. You're not broken. You're brilliantly adapted. And adaptation, when mistaken for destiny, becomes prison.
That dizzy, magnetic pull towards someone who destabilizes you, who alternates warmth and cold like weather you can't predict, isn't evidence of soulmates. It's evidence of synaptic mirroring. Your brain recognizes their inconsistency not as red flags, but as recognition.
Like hearing a lullaby played slightly off-key. Unsettling, yes, but also deeply known. Harville Hendrix called this the imago, not a mirror of who you want, but a mirror of who wounded you. Your unconscious doesn't seek healing. It seeks repetition. Because somewhere, buried beneath layers of logic, your old brain believes, if I love them hard enough this time, if I endure just a little longer, maybe they'll finally show up the way I needed them to at age 6. So you stay. Not because they're kind, not because they're safe,
But because they're familiar. Because their silence echoes your mother's disappointment. Their rage echoes your father's unpredictability. Their charm echoes the fleeting moments when love did arrive. Rare, radiant, and therefore unforgettable. You're not addicted to them.
You're addicted to the hope that this time, the script will change. And hope, when untethered from evidence, is the most seductive drug of all. Think of the last time you sat with someone, truly sat, and felt no need to perform, explain, or fix anything. No urgency to fill the silence. No scanning their face for signs of approval or withdrawal. Just presence, warmth.
A quiet certainty that you are enough exactly as you are in that moment. That is not the absence of feeling. That is the presence of safety. True love does not keep you on high alert. It lowers your guard, slowly, respectfully, without demanding surrender.
It doesn't demand proof of your devotion. It offers proof of its own reliability in small, repeated ways. Showing up on time, keeping promises, naming feelings instead of weaponizing them. Trauma bonds thrive in ambiguity. True love cultivates clarity. Trauma bonds confuse intensity with intimacy.
True love knows intimacy is built in the ordinary, in shared silences, mutual respect for boundaries, the courage to say, I need space, and trust it won't be punished. You don't have to earn peace. Peace is the baseline, not the prize.
And if your relationship requires constant translation, decoding texts, reading moods, rehearsing apologies before you've done anything wrong, then what you're experiencing isn't love. It's labor. Emotional labor, unpaid, unacknowledged, and exhausting.
When you begin to step away, even mentally, the panic that rises isn't proof of love. It's withdrawal. Your dopamine receptors, starved of intermittent rewards, scream for another hit. Your cortisol levels surge, not because you're in danger, but because your nervous system interprets safety as the greater threat. After all, safety has no adrenaline. Safety has no plot twists. Safety feels at first like falling. You'll miss the drama. Not because it was good, but because it was known. You'll romanticize the highs, forgetting how steep the crashes were. You'll wonder if leaving means you're unlovable, when in truth you're finally becoming unavailable to patterns that never loved you back. This isn't failure. It's recalibration. Your nervous system is relearning how to rest, how to trust stillness, how to feel your own heartbeat without needing theirs to sync with it. Healing isn't linear. Some days the pull will feel physical. a phantom limb sensation for a connection that never truly held you.
That's okay. That's not weakness. That's your biology honoring its own history, while quietly, patiently, rewriting its future. Interview clip. Gentle rain on glass, fading into a single sustained cello note.
Here's what no one tells you. Breaking a trauma bond isn't just about leaving a person. It's about dismantling a lifelong agreement you made. Silently, desperately, with your younger self. I will fix this. I will earn the love I missed.
I will prove I'm worthy of consistency by enduring inconsistency. But you weren't born to repair other people's wounds. You were born to tend your own. And tending isn't dramatic. It's mundane. It's choosing rest over reaction. It's saying no without justification.
It's noticing when your voice gets smaller in a conversation and choosing to speak louder, not to convince them, but to remind yourself that you exist. The deepest intimacy you'll ever experience isn't with another person.
It's with the version of you that still believes love must be earned through endurance. That version needs compassion, not correction, not shame, not blame. Just witness, just presence, just the quiet, unwavering truth. You were never the problem.
You were the solution to a problem that wasn't yours to solve. Your loyalty doesn't belong to the past. It belongs to the future you're building, one grounded, unflinching, unapologetic choice at a time. You don't need to find someone who mirrors your wounds to feel whole. You need to stop mistaking the echo of old pain for the resonance of real belonging. The 60-second test isn't a verdict. It's an invitation to listen more closely to the quiet voice beneath the noise. The one that doesn't beg, bargain, or blame. The one that simply says, I am here. I am enough. I am safe. Even now, even here, even alone. That voice isn't waiting for rescue. It's been rescuing you all along. So the next time your heart races at their text, pause. Breathe.
Ask not, do I love them, but does this love me back? Not in grand gestures, not in promises whispered in the dark, but in the steady rhythm of respect, in the dignity of your boundaries, in the simple, revolutionary act of choosing your peace, over and over, even when it costs you everything you thought you needed. Because true love isn't found in the storm. It's the shelter you build after the storm passes, brick by quiet brick, breath by steady breath, choice by courageous choice. And the most radical love story you'll ever live isn't with anyone else. It's the one you write, with every decision to come home to yourself. Outro music, piano returns, sparse, warm, resolving on a single clear note. End, screened XT. The 60-second test is not a diagnosis. It's a doorway. Walk through it, slowly, kindly, without judgment. You are already safe. You are already enough. You are already home. Word count, 247.